Fromania Bricks, and welcome back to the world's fanciest LEGO recording studio that you're ever gonna find when you visit our house and you go up on the second floor. And like I was gonna say, inside of this room. And welcome back to the LEGO table, where today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite LEGO sets in our collection. The LEGO Inside Tour 40040 Fire Engine. But Micah, before we do you know what the most disappointing thing about working at the unemployment office is?
What?
It's getting fired today and having to go back to work tomorrow.
Wait, it's getting fired today. Oh, I get it.
Sometimes we gotta fight for them. We also had to fight for this LEGO set. This is the LEGO Inside Tour Fire Engine. This was a gift to LEGO Inside Tour participants in 2023. If you're not familiar with what the LEGO Inside Tour is, it's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but LEGO. Every year, LEGO opens up a group of tours where LEGO fans and aficionados from around the world have an opportunity to go to Billund, Denmark, and tour not only LEGO offices, LEGO house, but see LEGO factories and the production process and get a truly Willy Wonka experience. It is so in demand and so exclusive that you enter a lottery system that then gives you the chance to buy an Inside Tour ticket, which I want to say is somewhere around 3,500 USD, something like that. It's in that neighborhood, like $3,000, $4,000 a person. And at the end of that tour, you are given an exclusive LEGO set that is just for LEGO Inside Tour participants. And in front of us is that 2023 LEGO set, the LEGO Inside Tour Fire Engine. We did not get the privilege of going on a LEGO Inside Tour, but I am a huge fanboy of LEGO Inside Tour sets and amazingly was able to complete this LEGO set. Now these can be really challenging to add to your collection. If you want to get one of the LEGO Inside Tour sets, for instance, Micah, do you know how many of these there's estimated to be in existence?
I guess 350.
300. Really close. There's an estimated 300 of this LEGO set to be in the world. Now, LEGO Inside Tour, I believe there were 5 tours in 2023. And there was an estimated 60 of these produced for each of those tours because they're numbered 1 through 60. So 1 of 60, 2 of 60. So there's an estimated 300 of these out there. We have discovered sometimes they run a few extra that aren't numbered, that become gifts for friends of LEGO Group, people who've done work for LEGO Group. So it very well could be 350 out there. There's not many out there. So when they do hit the market, they are really spendy. I think as of recording this, there's one fire engine on the market, and I believe it's around $7,000 in the box. So it's a really spendy set. So, if you can't get it in a box, which is really hard to do, we've only ever had one Inside Tour set in a box, then you got to re-brick it, right? You can get the BrickLink list of parts in it. A lot of times they're on Brickset or some of these other sites. You can get a parts list. But instructions are incredibly hard to come by as well because they're never published on LEGO's website or in the LEGO Builder app. Beyond that, with these sets, there's exclusive parts that are a part of every set that you can only get inside of the set. Like with this set, you're going to see 4 unique printed elements. You're going to see a couple of elements that I've never seen anywhere else. And then there's a couple of elements that are uniquely colored for this set. So to complete this set becomes very hard as well. But we were able to do just that. Off of BrickLink, some of the rare elements for the fire truck became available. and we purchased them with the intent of rebricking this. So I purchased the rare elements that I was able to, and then I got a parts list, and I bought all of the brick for the rest of the fire engine, and then I discovered there was a missing element that took us quite a bit of time to track down. We ultimately ended up finding it in Sweden, and being able to brick one of my favorite Lego sets that we own, the fire engine. And I just want to take a look at it with you guys and let you see what this set is all about. So this is the Lego Inside Tour fire engine. Micah, one of the things that I love most about this set is when you look at it, what's missing?
Studs.
Studs. There are not many studs visible on this set. On the hood, you can see there's some studs on here, and of course like a radiator cap. There's a couple of studs tucked away on the sides that just would have been awkward to tile. But beyond some of those obvious design element studs, it is completely smooth. And it's not often you get to see a completely smooth Lego set like this. And it makes for such a sleek, streamlined set. I think that's part of what it makes it so endearing to me, is just how smooth and glossy it is. Now, there are a couple of unique elements. When you look at the front of the fire engine here, you have this really cool vintage Lego logo, this old school Lego Billund Denmark logo. This is printed on both sides of the fire engine on, what would you call this element, Micah?
I'll call it a pillow piece, because it kind of looks like a pillow.
It does make for a good bed pillow. So 2 of these, they have only ever been found in this set. So you've got 2 exclusive printed elements on each side, and when you look at the front of the fire truck, the grill is the same way. These are 2 very, very large, what would you call these elements, Micah?
I honestly don't know.
I'd call them speed humps.
That's good. Like, maybe like 4x6 rounded slope? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but 2 of those were exclusively printed for this set as well to make up for the grill. Now, when I first saw images of the set, I assumed that this was a print as well, but it's neat how they have stacked tiles to be a continuum of the line here. So you've got 4 exclusive prints in this. Not only are the prints exclusive, you also have these 2 Lego ropes. These are really wild. I have never seen a Lego rope of this nature. Like, it's actually almost a legit rope. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think I've even seen them use a rope piece like that as a detail hardly at all.
I know. Yeah, normally the rope has function, but it's not
maybe
decoration.
Some of the smaller string pieces, but nothing like that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, so this set came with 2 of these, 1 spindle on each side. And what was really neat about these is we actually have the original little Lego box that they came in. You know how Lego elements come in like the little white cardboard box?
On them too.
Yes, it has the part number. And that was part of how we were able to authenticate that we were getting the real legit ropes and not someone going to Ace Hardware and just cutting rope and sending it to us. So those are unique. Another one of the unique elements is this inverted piece here. It is an inverted slope with a little plate that sticks out. I don't even know what it's called, but you can only get it in red in this set. Now, I've seen a lot of this element on Bricklink, so I wonder if it hit the Lego Pick-a-Brick at some point in time.
Probably did.
But it was only ever released in this set. The last rare element is found on the ladder, and it is these 2x8 modified plate rails in tan. What's crazy is that it takes 20 of these to build this ladder. Once I got all of the rare elements, the ropes, I was all excited. I've got everything I need to build this. And then I discovered I didn't have these rails. So I had everything I needed except for 20 of these 2x8 rails. I literally tried everything to find these things. I was messaging people throughout Europe that had other Inside Tour things. and I couldn't find them anywhere until I finally found a seller in Sweden that actually had 20 of these plate rails on hand. We talked about in Cloud City, $3 a part average. These were not $3 a part.
No.
These were more than I've ever paid for single Lego elements ever. In fact, these were like the cost of nice minifigs each.
Yes.
Almost. But I had to have them in order to complete this set. So that really brought the whole set together with all of the unique elements. A fun little Easter egg, this set was actually designed after the old Lego wooden toy fire engine. And in the front seat of the fire engine, you can see there's a wooden toy fire engine here, made out of
It's very
plastic.
cute.
But it is a neat little Easter egg. It is just a small scale replica of this.
It almost looks like an advent calendar build.
It does look, that would make a really neat
Yes,
advent
it
calendar
would.
build. I love the detail of the white wheels to make it look like painted wooden white wheels. Again, to give the smooth finish as well. So no rubber tires on this thing because the original one didn't have rubber tires. There's a neat mechanism that will actually raise the ladder when you spin it. There's a locking mechanism that will lock the spinner in place where it won't keep going. And so many neat little features hidden away. This rope, you can pull it off of the spool and plug it into the hole here like a fire hose. You can see it's got a steering wheel build, really sleek seats. And overall, it is a beautifully designed Lego set. Again, the absence of studs creates such a sleek, cool design. I broke the wall. Oh no! And it really comes together to create a cool fire truck. Now, one of my favorite things about this is this fully extendable, fully articulating ladder. But you're not going to see it on this camera. We're actually going to show it to you on this camera. So let's hop over there and take a look at what this ladder will do. So the ladder itself is really impressive, right? When you look at it, it's just a nice, short, quaint little ladder. But when you begin to extend the ladder, watch this. We're still going. Now, this is weird. I'm going to hit a point, and it's going to fall down, and then it's going to go back up. Now it's going to extend back up for us right here. We can lock it into place, and now you have a fully extended, fully rotational, and articulating ladder. Look, we can get to the Lego shelf back here in case there's a fire in the back. Such an incredible set. When I said that there's only 300 on the market, that is with boxes. I don't know how many extra printed elements wound up on the market. So there could be a handful of these out there of people that have re-bricked them as well. I consider it a complete set. I don't have the instruction manual. I don't have the box, but I literally have every element that was included in it. So I consider it complete. I think it counts too. If a book ever hit the market, I would be in.
Yeah.
I would be in. If anyone ever has a book of this that they would like to sell, I might be in. The only awkward part is the ladder. You can't spin the ladder back with the ladder mechanism. You actually have to push it back.
That's kind of a shame.
You can push it in and tuck it away. But that's it. This is Lego set 400040, the Lego 4 Million series of the Inside Tour fire engine.
I have to say, maybe my favorite non-Star Wars set we have.
What?
Possibly my favorite, outside of my Star Wars stuff, possibly my favorite set in our collection.
Look at that. Maybe one day you'll inherit it.
I would rather have you than the fire truck.
Just, if I do go away one day, you and Caleb don't fight over it.
Okay.
Like, maybe split up and each of you gets 10 plate rails.
Okay.
How about that? All right, thanks for hanging out with us today in the Lego room. If you enjoyed what you saw, it would mean so much to us if you hit subscribe, if you liked, if you left a comment. If you didn't like what you saw, let us know what you didn't like as well, because YouTube likes any comments. The good, the bad, the ugly. We're just going to ignore it if you say something mean to us anyway. But go out there in the week ahead and give more,
do more,
share more,
and love.
and remember, whatever you do, always show your smile, because those smiles, they're so contagious.
Give more, do more, share more.